Hello everybody, this is Surendra Sharma. Today we are going to see 8 different ways to find and replace any text in a Sitecore. So the first one is the manual. Of course, even if you don't know any other way, it's always there. This is mostly a first approach for any non-technical user. Its advantage is you don't need any tool for this, and this may be useful if you have only a few of the items. Like for example, if you have less than 10 items and you want to search something, then yes, you can use this technique. The disadvantage here is that as a human being, content writers can easily make a mistake with this approach. um, my recommendation is that don't use this technique if you want to make the changes in more than 10 items. So the second technique is Sitecore search. So here you can use the Sitecore search feature. So you can click on this one and then it will give you this search option where you can type some string, you can find it. And once you find it, you will get this option, search and replace. So you can replace in all those items wherever you will get this particular string. So the advantage here is that it's quick and default functionality that is available inside Core. Uh, you don't need any special tool required to run it. One can filter results with additional search facets here. The disadvantage here is that sometimes this functionality don't work even if the text is available in item. The third option is the C# code. So of course, as a developer, you can write your own code and you can then run that code and then you can search it. So for example, I have this kind of code that I can directly write it in some ASPX file, and then I can run it. So the advantage here is that as a developer, C# code is familiar to us, and so it's very easy to write this. Disadvantage here is that need to deploy this code or file on the website environment, and as a URL may be publicly available, and we can fire it, and which may corrupt your data. The next option is the Sitecore PowerShell. So you can write the PowerShell command. So it's a one line of command where you can just write it. You can provide it the old content and the new content, so it will find it and it replaces all those content here. So the advantage here is that whatever developers can do with the C# code, you can do the same thing by using the PowerShell as a one line of code, and it's very easy to create to find text items, and you can create a report of that. So you can first create a report wherever you will find that item, and then once you are fine with that report, then you can run the replace command as well. Disadvantage here is that maybe Sitecore on some Sitecore instance, on old Sitecore instance, you need to install PowerShell. Though in new versions of the Sitecore, this is already available. You need to learn how to write and execute PowerShell command here. The next option is the Sitecore GraphQL. So Sitecore GraphQL is providing uh, the search methods. You can write it on the GraphQL browser, and you can find it wherever the item is there. And then if you want to replace it, then you can write this mutation queries here. And by writing it, you can replace or you can update that particular content items by using this mutation query. The sixth option is the raw search. What is this raw search? So it's an admin tool. You can go there and you can access it, and inside it you need to provide your item that you want to find, and you can search it. And once you find it, it will give you those items as a path or uh, as a GUID. So you can click on that, it will directly open it. The seventh option is the database. So you can log in into the SQL database, and then you can write this kind of queries here. And by writing it, then you can update. You can find and update any string here or any value that you want to change it. Uh, The advantage here is that with the single update statement, you can change the multiple records here or multiple rows. The disadvantage here is that you need the access of the database. Generally, only developers can use this approach, and for the content author, this is not available. You can find the data and verify before firing any update command. uh, you can't be rollback once you've done the any changes or once you fire the queries here. And Sitecore don't recommend this approach as it's very risky. So the other alternative here is that what you can do, which is our last options for find and replace, you can use the SQL shell. Now, what is this SQL shell? It's again an admin tool, so you can access it by writing this URL here, and then it will give you this administration tool where you can directly run your queries here, and you can click on this execute, and it will fire it in your database. So instead of going into the database, you can use this SQL shell as an administration tool, which is which can be accessed by the content authors as well. So these are the different 8 techniques that you can use it to find any string or any text inside the Sitecore content tree, and then you can replace it. So I hope this information is useful for you, and you maybe use it in your upcoming projects. So that's it for this time. Thank you.